All right, hey guys, today we're going to be installing a worn VR EVO 12S winch onto my Poison Spyder BFH2 front bumper. We also have a Barnes four-wheel drive Fairlead mount, and then we have this really nice Factor 55 Flatlink. And if you guys are interested in picking up anything you see in this video, I will leave links in the video description down below. Make sure you go ahead and give this video a thumbs up before we get started. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get updates about all my new content. All right, let's do it. So out of the box, you can see that our winch comes pre-wired. Here we have our positive connector, our red cable. But the one thing we will have to do is hook up our negative or our ground cable. You can see there's this included cable with two large heavy-duty terminals on each end. So where we're going to connect that is you'll find this one very small wire that runs out of our control box to this 13mm nut, which we're going to have to quite easily remove. Okay, see there's a single 13mm nut, and then we have this small lock washer. And all we need to do is take one of our negative or ground terminals or connectors, attach that, and we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. All right, and that's pretty much it. Now we'll be good to go. On the bottom of our winch, you'll see that there are the holes where our winch is going to be bolted through, and then they include these square nuts which you're going to simply slide into each one of these slots, and that's how you're going to bolt your winch down. You can see your bolt will come up from below and then lock right into place. So here you can see we have our Barnes four-wheel drive Fairlead mount. It's pretty heavy duty. I think it'll work really well. You can see that it lines up and corresponds perfectly to our holes in our Poison Spyder bumper. All right. And then next is going to be the really fun part, which is, oh gosh, trying to very carefully line up our holes on our winch with our winch mounting plate. And this is going to take a little bit of work from below. All right, so for lining up your holes from the bottom, the best I can recommend is to do the best you can when you put your winch plate and then your winch down, and then come from the bottom. I have like a Phillips screwdriver, and I'm just slowly kind of getting into the hole, and then you can kind of manipulate it a little bit, and then with your other hand you can kind of push the winch around as you need. And then I take the longer bolt that comes with, and you see I already did a pretty good job, and make sure that those line up. And then from there, we'll have to slide in our square nuts and get this all bolted down. All right, now we need to get our square nuts into these little holes. So what I'm thinking is going to be easiest is I have my little magnetic extension. I'm just going to put that guy right in there. And then what I can do is bend it this way. And then when I'm down below trying to get that bolt to line up with this nut, I can like manipulate it a little bit, and I think that'll work out really well. All right, so this is going to be different for different bumpers, but the two back bolts are actually very easy to get to, but this front one at the front of the bumper, that's where my challenge is going to be. All right, using our little magic magnet trick again. All right, so now we have 3 of 4 bolts in, and one thing we're doing different on this winch install is I want to show you this little security nut sold by Factor 55, and you can see that this is the same length as some of the other bolts, but it has this special little key which you use for the end of the bolt, and you can see that locks into place. And that is not going to stop someone from completely stealing your winch, because there's always a way around anything metal, but it will be one more deterrent. Let's see how that works. Like I said, it's not going to stop anybody, but hopefully it'll be a deterrent. Luckily, thieves don't like to work very hard, so I don't know. All right, so we're going to do See how that locks in there? All right, now that we have our winch all bolted down, let's get our Fairlead on real quick. So first thing we need to do, cut our zip tie, and then switch our winch over to free spool and pay out just a little bit of line. All right, then we're gonna take our very nice worn Fairlead, which actually I really like. Not gonna lie, I did consider getting the Factor 55 Fairlead to go along with my hook that I got, but you know, I just really like this one. I really like the one that Warren gives you. I think it's really nice. All right, and then along with these we have a washer, a lock washer, and then a big nut. All right, washer, lock washer, and nut. And then to secure these down, all we're going to need is our, what is this, an 18mm socket and then a 3/4 inch wrench is what I have handy. So go ahead and tighten these guys down. All right, now tighten them down. Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, not bad. So now that we have our winch bolted down and our Fairlead on and our line run through, you might have seen with the VR EVO line of winches, Warren includes this actually like pretty nice hook. It has that kind of old school look with this long red tag on it. If you want to use that, that's absolutely fine. I don't know, does the job well enough, but you might have seen we have our beautiful looking Factor 55 Flatlink. This is their E-Link for Expert, and it's really, really nice. Yeah. So real quick, we'll just get that installed. So what you're going to need for this, let me see if I can get a good view down there. We have a snap ring. Oop, there we go. We have a snap ring down there. So all you're going to need to do is take your snap ring pliers and remove that ring, and then be very careful not to let it go flying. Okay, and then from there we simply just need to take the pin out. We'll pay out a little bit more line. Oh, there we go. And then you can see it's simply going to go in like that, and then drop your pin into place, right? Okay, and then from there, right. Not such to say these snap-on snap ring pliers are like the best. And then you'll see there's a small groove down inside there, and you want to get that snap ring back into that groove. And it should be able to just rotate freely. Pretty nice. Let's just free up those power cables. And then what I'm thinking I'm going to do for this is I'm going to run both of these guys. I'm going to tuck my power back down underneath here. And then I'm thinking I'm going to run them both down and underneath the grill, and then have it come up just kind of by my fender liner up the side here and then back to my batteries. Let's see if we can make that happen. So I'm thinking if I even just pull my grill forward a little bit, see what I'm talking about? I'm going to have it come basically back through here and then up. So let's start by getting this wire all the way through. We'll get this guy back through. Beautiful. All right, not bad. All right, so you can see that I'm running a Genesis dual battery system, so I had to get just a little bit creative. You can see that I ran my positive right up through here, and then I sort of looped it back down and over, and that's gonna go right there. And then I ran my negative kind of down underneath my fuse box, then had it come over here, just take up some of the slack, and then I ran it through the top, and you can see where we're at right there, and that'll just go in and connect right to our negative. All right, so let's get this positive hooked up real quick. All right, got our little lock washer, and this guy's gonna go right on top of all of it. nice and snug. There we go. All right, and that should be that. All right, now for our moment of truth. Let's see if we did everything right. So here on the side, we have our winch controller plug-in. Plug that guy in. Let's pay out some line. All right. Then let's see what happens. Oh yes, nice. And then let's try this wirelessly. From what I understand, you have to hold this guy down. There we go, blue light's on. Let's pay some line. The only thing I don't know is how the battery on this thing works. Does it charge from being plugged in? I have to read up on that. See how it goes. All right. Oh, beautiful. All right, and the only last thing we have to do is put our line protector on. All right, worn, go prepared, beautiful. And I want to mention that this line protector did not come with the winch. I had to buy this separately. All right. Now let's looks like it catches just a little bit, but all right, nice and snug. Yeah, perfect. I really like it. Beautiful. All right, the last part of this install is I bought this cheap little cover off of Amazon. I think it was like 15 bucks, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it's a local American manufacturer that makes it, so I like that. They do sell some really nice worn branded ones. I don't know about that, maybe. But I'm kind of going for the more inconspicuous look, like maybe somebody will think I have like a Smitty built or something under here and they won't be tempted to take a look. Oh yeah, perfect. Right? See, not the fanciest thing in the world, but it, you know, gets the job done. All right, well, yeah, pretty nice. But overall, guys, let's take a last look at it. Overall, I have to say I'm pretty pleased. The winch itself, the Barnes 4-wheel drive, Fairlead mount, the Fairlead that does come with this winch, I really like it. Also the Factor 55 Flatlink, I think just looks really great. Yeah, super easy install, went in perfectly. Also this little rope guard thing I really like. Yeah, overall I'd say I'm pretty pleased. Well, as always, I hope you guys liked my video. I hope you find this useful. I hope you like everything that I showed you. As always, if you're interested in buying anything here, I will put links in the video description down below. Like I say, if you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and if you do decide to subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get updates about everything that I'm putting out. All right, you guys take it easy.